Welcome back to the Uncivil War podcast, a place where we agree to disagree, and sometimes things get downright uncivil.
Uncivil.
I am your host, Karma Don.
And it's me, D Trill.
You already know, D Trill.
D.
Hey.
D. Nah,
Who we got sitting next to us?
Man, we got a long time friend right here. Man, yo, real talk though, this is actually one of my top 5 favorite people.
Top 5 that are alive. I love it.
Alive.
I love it.
She I met her a long time ago. I feel like we just twin flames. You know what I'm saying? Like we just
I like twin flames. That's
you know
dope.
what I'm saying? Like we go way back. We go through the trenches. This is my good friend Jennifer Buck. Jennifer Buck.
Jennifer Buck.
My last name.
Jennifer Burke, and she is a makeup extraordinaire. Now, look, let me tell y'all something though. I did a live on the way down here, and I was talking about it. But she's no joke. Y'all most certainly want to get booked by Jennifer. She does it all. You know what I'm saying? And she's turned herself into an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? And
Love that. Self-made.
Self-made. You know, and I want to hear about that. I want to hear about the whole,
journey.
But first, just tell us who Jennifer Burke is.
Wow, that's a loaded question.
I don't even know the answer to that. You know what I mean?
Oh man, I would say if I had to put me in, I don't know. Like I'm a lover of God. Right. I love nature. Mm-hmm. I love love.
Nice.
I'm a creative. I'm spiritual. I'm a thinker. I feel everything really deep, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's who Jennifer is.
Really?
I would say I'm an introvert, which is funny because I had to really force myself out of my shell to do this and talk to people. Like I'm a homebody. I could be home all day.
I think me and you got that in common. We actually talked about that several times, but we talked about the party situation, like when you're in a party, when it's a bunch of people around. Whenever there's a bunch of people around for me, I have to remove myself and come back.
Yes, it's true. It's a real thing.
Right, it is a real thing.
But the thing, well, I know you don't, but we're both Pisces. I think that's the reason why we connect. I know D's not really into, I don't really study this. I'm not
astrological.
I don't check my horoscopes and stuff, but I do.
March what? You're a March Pisces?
I'm a March Pisces. I'm a true Pisces.
Yeah, exactly.
18.
I think she's the day of your
March 19th?
March 18th.
Oh, my daughter's 19th. Yeah, because you already know. Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's the truth. I have to literally recharge after being with a group of people, and it's nothing personal. It's just even with my own family, Christmas and Thanksgiving, when we're all together, and we'll be there for a while, and we'll be playing games and things like that. And I love I'm a big on family. I still have to, after a while, several hours, go upstairs and just chill by myself for a second.
Right.
You know what I think it's tied to, and I'm just gonna speak for myself.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm in a situation, and a long time ago, somebody told me you have a really large atmosphere, so you have to, I think that kind of sank in with me. Whenever I go into a room, I rarely just blend in and just, who is that? It's always, if I'm there, if somebody knows me, or it's
They're introducing.
And I'm not trying to pump it up like that.
No doubt.
But what I'm saying is I feel like the reason why I had to pull myself out because I think there are expectations. I think that people are expecting something.
Okay.
And it's we heard about you're Deshaun. And I'd be like, what did they say? I'm not.
Your reputation precedes you.
Right.
Is that what it is?
I'm not going to do anything great.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they told you, but I'm just, gonna drink my drink.
He said, I'm just gonna drink my drink.
But they're like,
really? Fascinating.
And I'm like,
he said, the most interesting man alive.
Let me step out and come back. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe I can shake that off a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
So I think it's like
he's fascinated.
Expectations though. It's you think I'm gonna do. I'm nothing. I'm you. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything great. I'm not gonna tell a joke or whatever it is somebody told you about me. I'm not here to do that. I'm just here to support or chill or whatever. I think that's why I pull myself out and then I come back.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Yeah.
Well, makeup artist.
Yeah.
So I would imagine that you've worked on a lot of film sets.
I've done, well, actually, I have something coming up this weekend. I don't know if you guys heard of Miguel Wilson. I don't know, but he's a fashion stylist, male wardrobe stylist. He puts on fashion shows. And
Okay.
He's putting one on this weekend, and I'm going to be assisting. That's my first fashion
That's
show,
dope.
so I'm excited.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's going to be dope. And
Can you get us tickets?
what was that?
Can you get us tickets?
I could, but it's going to cost you something.
Oh, okay. I mean, shit, we got it.
Only the work
LA
for
gonna
free.
pay for us to go.
Come for free. But I mean,
I'm not even looking. I'm not even looking over there.
Boy, you should have saw his face.
So that's this weekend.
That's
you're
Friday.
So you're working. Are you working side by side? You're working with him.
No, it's gonna be other makeup artists, which is interesting because I don't know if it's gonna be males or females. But
Right.
anyway, I'm gonna just be on the set of team of makeup artists,
Right.
working on the models for the show.
That's dope.
So,
it's just gonna be Friday.
Let me ask you. This is a good question too. Why makeup?
Why makeup?
Is that what it
And your makeup looks beautiful, by the way.
it is?
Thank you. And listen, I take that as a compliment because you know
Yeah.
men don't like makeup.
Nah,
I feel like-
your makeup
think
it looks
I don't
good.
think
It
that's-
looks good.
I think we can dive into the conversation, but I'm not against. You hate makeup?
I don't hate it, but when you look at you know the Maybelline queens if it's caked up and just like too much, too much.
Yeah.
Men hate bad makeup.
Men hate bad makeup. I can
Everybody
get that.
does though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women hate bad makeup. Like nobody likes bad makeup.
Oh, yeah, it's different versions of makeup. But why makeup? I have to take it back though because it all really started for me when I first moved down here. I was always fascinated with like glamour. I remember seeing a commercial for Barbizon. I'm dating myself.
Wow, Barbizon. Wow.
And I remember being like, "Oh, Mom, I want to go be a model." And my mom was like, "Okay, honey," so supportive because clearly, I mean, I was never a skinny girl. I was always chunky and stubby. And she was like, "Let's go." You know, and I was like, and they told me I had to get heels and everything. It was like, get her some heels. But I mean, she was like, yeah, whatever you want to do, let's do it. So I was always, like loved to see glamour. And I was always attracted to like the covers, like the models on the cover of magazines, like Cosmopolitan and Essence and Ebony
Right.
Jet magazine. I always thought they were so beautiful and I wanted to look like them. And so I just started I remember my mom, she ended up getting a Mary Kay kit. Like with intent
Mary
to
Kay.
sell. Yeah. With
yeah.
intent to sell. And which is interesting because she was a bodybuilder. So I don't know what she was doing.
Oh, wow.
Mary Kay kit.
No, her mom's is the truth.
That's
Yeah,
what's up.
she was a bodybuilder. She used to compete in everything.
Wow.
And but it was just sitting there collecting dust. So I was like, Mama, can I put together let me put your Mary Kay kit together. She was like, okay. So I put the kit together and I saw the little samples of the blush and the eyeshadow and all the different things, the different shades. And I was like, I loved it. And they showed you pictures of what you could look like with
Right.
those shades and things like that. And then there was a little kit in there on like or a tutorial on how to arch your own eyebrows. And I was 10 years old and I went upstairs and I arched my own eyebrows at 10.
You know,
How did it look? How did that go? How did that go?
I thought it looked
You wasn't looking like Faye Dunaway or nothing like that, right?
I thought it looked great. Like it's funny because the next day at school, I was in middle school. I was 10. And this girl named Danielle, she's like,
Faye Dunaway.
Yo, I'm just saying,
I was like, Faye Dunaway.
wasn't looking like Mommy Dearest and nothing.
Oh, okay. No, like the big, like I don't know, like
The
McDonald's.
McDonald's arches.
Eyebrows. No.
Yeah.
I remember being them like they're being really more thin, but they just opened up my face, and I was like. It really does. Like even something as slight as arching your eyebrows, ladies, really makes a huge difference. And I remember going to school the next day and a girl named Danielle looked at me and she was like, she automatically could see something different about me. She was like, she couldn't take her eyes off me. I could see. She was like, what
she was
grade like,
was this?
I was in middle school. I was 10.
Okay.
10. So
And she was like, what you do to your face? And I
Wow.
was like, is arched eyebrows. You don't know.
Right. You don't know nothing about that. You ain't ready. You know what I'm saying?
10-year-old.
Right.
You ain't ready for this.
Yeah, so I mean, I was always and then when I found that makeup could allow me to look glamorous and I was like, oh, everyone can look like this, like the cover of
That's crazy. And that started your interest and your passion for it?
It started my passion for it, but what's interesting was I wasn't always passionate about it.
Right.
Well, initially I wanted to be, I had like clippings of like a makeup artist, a black makeup artist working behind the scenes at Fashion Week, and I would put it together in my book, my like vision book in high school, right? And I was like, I want to do that one day. Dope. And then I went to college, I did the college bit, and I landed, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And my friends were all like, you need to quit and you need to just be like a makeup artist. And I was like, I need to pay my bills. You know what I mean? So I can't quit. So, I finished college. I got my degree in like something like graphic design. And then I ended up working at a mortgage company for 10 years or 15 years.
It happens.
It did.
But let me ask you, and first let me say this, like, I always found you as somebody that could do anything. Like, just because of the way that, you know what I'm saying, the battery in your spirit has always been. I have never, like, you know how I used to call you, like, on the drive home a lot and be like, J-Lo, and I could never get off the phone with the same energy. You know what I'm saying? I always, my energy was always just like,
that's dope.
Hey, you call me with this anger, but now, you know, like, and people like that can do anything. Like, if you can get me out of and you know how I am when I'm.
No doubt.
So, but that's the one thing I definitely have to say about you. But I want to ask you, like, what is your real point of joy with makeup? Like, that's a good question. What's that moment that makes you feel like,
yeah,
this is why I do it? You know what I mean? Because I've seen some of those transformations, and these are, first of all, I just want to say all of these ladies are lovely. Don't get it twisted. Don't, you know.
We're just enhancing what's already there.
Right, we're just enhancing what's up. Yeah. But they do go from one thing to another thing.
One extreme.
Yeah. That's the exciting part for me. I love to see the transformation happen before my eyes. And oftentimes, I don't really even see it all the time until like I'm done. And I have this thing where I'll have them stand up and I'll have them walk towards the door, and I want to see how they look when they turn at me from a distance, because I need to see, okay, how are you really looking?
Yeah.
Away from the lights, and I need to tone it down or whatever. But sometimes that's when I really see what I've done. And it's beautiful. It's like just looking at your creation and being like, wow, I did that.
You feel like that.
Yeah, and then to see their reaction when they see themselves, especially when, they didn't think that they could look like that. They thought that that's just a pretty picture on an Instagram post. No, that's makeup. It's makeup. And I love to bring and enhance the beauty out of everyone. We all have beautiful features, and sometimes we just someone needs to highlight them and show you what yours are. And makeup does that in a really beautiful way when it's done right.
So let me ask you this. Like, I would imagine that you have an eye for what needs to be enhanced, of course. Like, you look at a person and you maybe it's the proportion of their face or something like that. Maybe their eyes are close together or wide apart, whatever. And you know that you want to make the eyeliner. Is that right? Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about shading. And
I'm just curious. I mean, that's just what I've always thought. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is.
Because you're saying you're enhancing someone's beauty. So it's like you kind of look at them and you're like, okay, this person needs more of this.
Absolutely.
Or less, let's take away from their, they might have big cheeks. So you want to make it like give them
you trying to take my job?
No.
I might feel like it might be good at this. That's exactly what.
I'm just thinking that's what it would be.
Absolutely. Like when I first meet someone or have them in my chair, I take a quick assessment. I'm just looking at them to see like, okay, what's standing out to me the most? Like eyes, do they have pretty eyes? Do they have nice structured cheekbones? Nice pouty lips, whatever it is. I like to be able to enhance what I see. If they have like like, more chunky cheeks, I'll
Right.
chisel it out, or
Right.
I mean, whatever it is. If their eyes are closer together, I'll, like you
That's
said,
dope.
I'll know where to place my shadow so that they,
I also have a daughter.
It's all
so,
about
you know.
illusion.
I also have a daughter, so that
how old's
helps.
your daughter?
That helps. She's 18.
Oh
Yeah. She does.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
What's up?
Yeah, so you know about, yeah. But that's what I love. I love to see their reaction, like, oh my gosh. And I've even done clients. I had someone, she was a breast cancer survivor, so she didn't have any hair, any eyebrows, any eyelashes. That was really beautiful to see herself, like, with, facial hair that we take for granted,
Was that one of your biggest challenges early on?
No.
What was your biggest challenge early on? Like,
Oh, my biggest challenge. I would say an albino. I did someone who had albinism. She was albino, and that's very different. That's very different from Caucasian, believe it or not, because there's a certain undertone that you can't. It's hard to place that even a Caucasian doesn't have.
Right.
So you have to really make them look good and vibrant without looking washed out. 'Cause the slightest color could really show up to orange or to pink or to red, and that's where artistry comes out. And as a makeup artist, not every shade looks the same on every person, and you have to figure that out on the spot. You have to figure out which brown will look good on this skin tone, or even matching their foundation in a short period of time, because they expect you to get you in and out. So.
let me ask you this. Like, I know, like, I do realize, like, I remember when you first started too.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah. So that was really interesting for me to see, like, how you navigate through being on the spot, hearing some of these conversations about when you arrived. Actually, me watching you do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were.
And like early on, it's just like when we was rapping. It's like, like, yo, I'm a rapper. Then it's like, all right, rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, but
On the spot.
you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you navigate through that, like, that uncertainty, like, when it was early? How did you navigate that through that? Because
that's a good question.
It was there, and it's not. I just on the spot. Got one.
Look at you.
Yo, Troy, you funny. You funny, man.
Yeah, that's a real thing, because I didn't know everything when I first started out. Like, I was uncertain about certain. There were times where I was seriously. There were times when I was doing one client's makeup, and I was like, oh no, this is not good. This is not turning out well for me.
Like,
I was killed. Yeah.
But I'm honest though, y'all. Like, so because I had this one client, and I was like, listen, I had one client where I literally wiped it off and I started over. Because I don't want to have them looking crazy. But I had another person where I was like, I don't feel like this is my best work. And I had to be honest with her, and I was like, I want to refund you a portion of your remaining balance, because I want, And
Was that person happy though with what you did?
She tipped me, but that's a whole nother story about tipping. I had another circumstance. I don't put too much of my dirty laundry out.
Right, we're here for it.
Oh man, it was bad. Now this was bad. I don't know if I want to put that out.
I mean, you don't have to mention names.
Yeah, but you don't have to say nothing at all.
Yeah, you don't. You don't have to put that out there.
It's all a learning experience. I mean, I will say I had a client. This actually was recently, I'll say. So let me just say this. Even though I feel like I've definitely been, I feel like I'm good at what I do, and I've definitely grown. There's always room for growth, and no one's perfect. No one's infallible, right?
Right.
Even Beyonce falls down the stairs as much as she practices.
I saw it.
Right? You know what I mean? So it's like, you're not infallible. And I had to be easy on myself, because I had someone, she seemed pretty high profile, her and her fiance, and she hired me to do a job. She was putting on like an engagement photo shoot. They were getting married, and she hired me for 4 hours. So she paid me pretty well for the 4 hours. And I was going to be there for her throughout the shoot for 2 different or 3 different look changes.
Right.
And it was just a bad circumstance between the weather. Her photographer was late. Her photographer was late. And and when I did her makeup at her house in front of my light, her makeup looked fine.
Right.
in front of a standard light. I used the makeup light, which is an industry standard. Her makeup looked fine. I have pictures. She looked fine. There's a thing called oxidation that can happen on some people, which means that the foundation gets darker for different people. It's reacting to the chemicals in your skin.
Oh,
It doesn't
wow.
happen to everybody, and it depends on this particular foundation with your own, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, chemicals in your chemistry. Yeah. So as time went on, the makeup oxidized, and I did see that it got more darker on her, and I was like, oh my goodness. And long story short, she told me, she was like, I feel like I noticed this before I left. And my thing was,
Why
you should
didn't
have
you say
told
anything?
me.
Why didn't you say anything?
You shouldn't have let us leave here. You're basically us leaving here. You're approving of this makeup. And so it turned.
And it got worse, right?
Well, it got worse, and I tried to fix it. And I had to go because I had to get to the next client. I had to get to my next client, the photographer, it was a whole fiasco.
Right.
And, but she still tipped me. She paid me and she tipped me nice. And when I left, it didn't sit right with me. I texted her and I said, listen, I feel like, let me know. I forgot what I spoke to her about. But anyway, I told her, let me know if we need to address this. Well, when the pictures came, I said, I'm willing to come back out. That's what I said, to do this for basically just my trip fee, right? I offered her that.
Right.
Because I still didn't feel like she was happy. So she was like, okay, well, I'll let you know. When the photos came back, she sent me a picture of the photo, and she said, this is definitely darker. And I said, okay, yes, it looked like it oxidized. She's like, I feel like it looked like this before I left. And it turned into this whole back and forth. Honestly, it really did. It started getting really ugly.
It got snippy?
Oh, she got very snippy. I had to pull myself together, y'all, because I know me.
Wow.
I had to really remember that this person is not bigger than the bigger picture.
No doubt.
My business, I have I have to always operate in a level of just integrity no matter what. And so I had to put my ego aside, because she definitely came for my expertise. She came for my light. She started being very facetious over the text. So when I saw the energy where she was going with it,
right.
I told her, I said, listen, I don't want to get you upset any more than you are by going back and forth. I will refund. I have to be compensated for my time and my the work that I did, but I'm willing to refund you a portion of the balance. And I gave her back 30% and her tip. Take it.
Well,
but she was finally okay, thank you.
What I love is your integrity. You know what I'm saying? And you taking ownership on, the situation. It was beyond your control, really. But the way you handled it, I think, just handling it that way, I commend you for that. That's,
I can learn from that.
Yeah, and it feels like, and it sounds like, because you gave two examples of where you acted with integrity
out of the person,
just honesty and even willing to refund them. You didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't have to do that, and you did. So I think that's pretty.
What are you thinking, LA? I
that's
look at your
dope.
face right now. What's what?
He ain't gonna say it. Not today.
All right.
But I hear you.
I can learn from that. I get into these conversations, and a lot of times text is the worst place to have them.
Yes.
Well, every time.
Yeah, it is.
Every time.
Yeah, it has no emotion. You don't know. You don't know. Yeah, it could be misunderstood easily. Easily misunderstood.
And it's the worst place.
If we both have iPhone, I'm sending a voice text so you can hear you can hear the energy behind what I'm saying.
And trust, listen,
I do that.
Listen,
I use that a lot.
He's not lying.
You already know.
He's not lying. Right? I'll be like.
You already
in 48 seconds. He'd be like, "Yo, Trill, they just wanted to tell you, man."
Yep, no doubt.
He definitely,
no doubt.
He gonna do that. But listen, man, that's good stuff. I needed to hear that because sometimes men be.
Let me.
I definitely had to put my ego aside, and I had to be easy on myself because I definitely strike out with wins much more often than I strike out with those. I I do really, really well. All glory to God. And so, but when you didn't hit the nail, you know?
Yeah.
And she was kind of high profile. I was tempted to be like, just really down on my, get like really like, oh man. And it matters to me because, and this is what I told her, I said, you matter to me. I don't want you to feel ripped off, so I'm going to refund you a portion of your balance. And at the end of the day, she does matter to me because it's all helping me get better. And, I don't want anyone to feel like they've been ripped off. I do feel like she didn't own up to her part, but at that point, it's here nor there.
Right,
There's a part of me that kind of feel like, man, you can't do nothing about the way her skin gonna oxidize to something that's out there for millions of people.
I couldn't.
It's like a lot. You lost the lottery, ma'am.
I couldn't have called that,
Yeah.
But let me tell you what that did do, which I'm thankful for, is I was like, this will never happen because a lot of times
it's a teaching moment for you.
How do you know that somebody else's skin ain't gonna do that?
Well, not all, you don't know, but it won't be as bad because what I did was a lot of times I mix foundations to match a person, but I was like, man, this will never happen again. So I went out and bought every single shade in the foundation line.
That sounds like a J-Lo move.
I'm like, okay.
I was gonna say.
Why he called me J-Lo?
I call her J-Lo.
I was gonna say it taught you how to prepare going forward.
I mean, all you can do is cross your fingers, though.
Yeah, I mean, you can't control oxidation, and at least if y'all know, let me know if someone is hearing this. But yeah, so now I'm very prepared, and it was just one in a bunch. So.
Hey, I got questions.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
No, you got questions. I know what you got.
Ooh.
I got one. I got a question. I got a question. So, in this line of work, what is a goal? Like, what is an ultimate goal in this line? Like, actors, they want to win Oscars. You know what I mean? People who play football want to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What is an ultimate goal that a makeup artist would have in this line of work?
Man, one of them is to get flued out. No.
Flued out. I love it.
To get
flued out.
No, so, I mean, I think for me right now, I mean, it's always stair steps, but like for me right now, I would love a contract.
Okay.
I would love a contract with an agency or a television or something like that. I mean, that would be great. An agency where, they help you. Because basically, I'm freelancing right now. So everything I'm doing, I'm finding
independent.
You're
independent.
Not hustling them, but, I'm on the hustle. But yeah, to be able to get a contract at this point or get on with an agency. Of course, eventually I would love to do celebrities and work maybe like someone's personal celebrity makeup artist. Okay. That would be dope.
Okay.
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah, I've brushed elbows really closely with some celebrities. I did someone that, a major comedian, he was his CEO. I've done her makeup, and so I mean, it's kind of been. I've been brushing elbows. I've been getting closer and closer.
It'll get there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just stay being you. Just stay being true to yourself. Just stay being true to your spirit. And I mean, I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Me too.
Yeah. So, we got a video that I found to be very interesting. So I put it in the outline for us to. We would listen to the words and basically discuss it.
Give a short synopsis of what we're about to listen to. Yes.
Did I send it to you?
You did.
You watched it?
Yes.
What do you think? I mean, I know you're gonna say you're gonna.
We'll talk about it.
So, yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Where are we watching said video?
I do need to see it again, but I did watch it.
We're gonna listen to it because
we do need to hear it again.
We get deterred.
Yeah,
okay.
We do need to hear it again. So
yeah,
there's just as much fear of submitting to someone as being a leader. A part of us being in survival mode is that you can't show weakness. That's every animal. When every animal is in survival mode, you have to hide your weaknesses. It's about getting through the next moment. And what we've been through as black people in this country, we still very much in survival mode. Yes. It's harder for you to think long term. So now I got to leave my survival, not my love, not my happiness, not my survival up to this individual, or I gotta lead another individual. And a lot of us haven't reached a place in our own relationship, like with self, to where we healed enough to realize, like, oh my God, like,
that's good.
I'm capable of this. This person does trust me. It's not about survival anymore. We passed that. Like, we actually building something here. So I think we definitely, as Black people specifically, have to give ourselves grace. We have one of the most unhealthy relationships with leadership that you could point at.
And he used the word submissive. Submitting to people is difficult for Black people, and then then he went on, but he was saying like it's difficult for Black people because we are in survival mode at all times. So it's like, why would we submit when we are trying to survive? You know what I'm saying? And that's like he's just saying that basically that's why we have such a poor relationship with leadership. In relationships, somebody leads, and then the other one, you know what I'm saying, gets the tail. And I'm like, that is some truth to that. It's some truth to that. I just want to attack it by saying, like, I've never wanted a submissive woman. Never. I'm not interested in that. I am always interested in an equal mental partner. Like, women are way too sharp and smart for me to be like, you listen to what I say. That don't necessarily mean that she's being submissive. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go to her, and every time she actually accentuates the situation, I'm gonna give her the credit. I'm gonna be like, you did that. You held us down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna treat her like we're equals. That's always been my dream. I never wanted a woman to just follow me. You remember, like, in Coming to America, where the girl was just like,
whatever it is, right.
Bark like a dog, right. A big dog.
I don't think that's what he means by submissive. I don't think that's what he means.
Yeah.
That, submissive got a whole lot of other, intricate details in it that, you can get into that the Bible say you should be, and this, that, and the other. I think the Bible was written 1 trillion years ago. I think a lot of these things don't.
For a time.
Yeah, a lot of these things don't apply. I would not try to. I actually was like, I don't require a woman to cook. Like, I don't require that. If you do, it's a bonus. I'm gonna eat though. Trust me. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Well, you'll have plenty of, no problem. Yeah, there's plenty of women out there that are okay with that.
Well, I don't require a lot of things. I just require that we meet. I require that. Like, the chemistry has to be there. I require that. Like, I'm not gonna try to piecemeal, you know what I'm saying? Like, piece you together for me. Yeah. Like, you're just gonna have to be for me. There's that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, but what your shortcomings and your, and your achievements is, you know what I'm saying? Like, your shortcomings, like, you can't cook. That don't mean you're not awesome. Or you can't, whatever. That don't mean you can't do this good. You know what I'm saying? If our chemistry works,
you said she has a thought.
Hit me with it.
Well, no, I mean, I just kind of feel I do, and I think that takes a weight off of. I think your approach to relationships has always been on point, though, because you are very much like accepting, and like it's like you have this mentality of like, I'm gonna show up my best self, you show up your best self, and we'll be great together.
That's his thing.
That's his
mantra.
Is that not yours too?
Both.
Yeah.
But we just say it in different ways, and that's
say it in different ways. She said it more like I was saying, but right. That's why you said that.
Right.
But yeah,
that's how relationships should be, and that's, I think, how they thrive. I feel like both people are showing up, bringing, their very best self, and I feel like I don't feel like it's right to impose or insist on your own ideals. You can present them and say, this is what I like.
Right.
This is what's favorable to me. And if that person, like you said, is or is not, then just let them be. And then if not, then you won't work. But if they are, then, it'll be a match. It'll be synergy. But I feel like at the same time.
I love what she's saying right now.
But I perked up at the word synergy.
I just love what she's saying right now.
But I feel like at the same time, I think that both partners should be always committed to like growth and just not just being like, well, I don't cook, so just live with that. I feel like it's okay.
No,
like,
I don't cook and just live with that. I've said that 1,000 times on this show, yo. I don't cook. Now, if I decide to cook, then it's bonus.
That's what I'm talking about.
Don't like hold me. Don't be like, all right, I'm waiting on this guy to, don't wait on it, because I might never.
Yeah.
But I don't.
So, I believe in, we're in an attraction based universe.
Yeah.
So you work on yourself, you be the best expression of yourself, and be true to what you truly want.
Yeah.
And be what you want. You know what I'm saying? And that is going to attract you. It will manifest. Like, honestly,
You'll attract
you'll attract that. So if you're a man that wants a submissive woman, you know what I'm saying? And nothing wrong with whatever you want. It is what you want.
Then
so
you should submit.
Then
Am I right?
you should whatever it is that you said, then you should submit.
Based on what you're saying.
Based on what I'm saying.
On your theory.
However,
yeah.
again, again, the best person, you be your best person, you be 100, I'll be 100. I don't believe in the 50-50. I believe in the 100. You understand? So it's like, again, however, it is, there's no right or wrong. There's no, everybody is different. Everybody is different.
There's
So
no right or
when
wrong,
somebody puts, there you go.
Yeah.
When somebody puts, things in a box or panels and say, hey, is this type, is this way, or is that way, or is that way, like that's
different strokes for different folks.
Nah.
Let me ask you this though, and not trying to be cheeky or just like gotcha question type shit, but would you submit?
Me?
Yeah.
Submit. So explain, define that.
Like if you like.
What do you mean by
I actually
submit?
had a thought about this.
Well, let me say this.
Okay.
Let me say this.
All right.
I'm gonna answer.
All right.
I'm gonna answer that. I believe that there are situations where you will naturally submit. I don't think it's a thing where you're just gonna say, I'm the partner that submits, or I'm going to submit to X, Y, and Z only. I think there are situations, like you said, where it could be like, and we discussed this in another episode, where I'm like, yo, if I have a partner that is excellent in finances, why am I gonna be like, no, I'm gonna take, I'm the man, I'm taking care of the No.
Yeah.
Then, and that is kind of, I guess, if you wanna call that submission, then I'll submit to that. I'll say, hey, you know what?
It's all about,
I believe, and I loosely use the word submit, because I don't even know, would you call that submission? I call that synergy. I call that yin and yang. I call that yin and yang in different situations. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
all about. You say it's all about.
Oh, I just feel like, honestly, I feel like in a relationship, you're submitting to one another. Like, I feel like you're submitting to one another. But I will say, I'm kind of old fashioned. So like, I still say at the end of the day, there has to be a leader. Because there has to be.
Leader.
Yeah.
Say it in the mic, man. Say it with your
leader.
chest. There you go.
A leader. No.
It needs to be a leader. It needs to be a leader.
But yeah, so like, I feel like there still has to be someone in the home that makes an executive decision.
Could you be in a situation where the woman was the leader?
So
maybe
again,
executive decision.
no, because that's very broad. That's very broad. That's very broad.
I'm not trying to like.
No.
All right.
I mean, you can't. First of all, that don't happen to me.
Good, right.
That can't happen.
Right. Yeah, I just want to be.
You can't gotcha me.
I actually am very.
It's yin and yang right here.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Exactly what we talking
I
about.
love it.
Yeah.
So
look, I got the black and
again. So again. It's not, it's balance. It's synergy, it's balance. You know what I mean? Like, there's times where she's gonna lead in a situation, and there's times where I'm gonna lead in situations. You understand what I'm saying? So it's when you're one, that's it's gonna be a natural, and it should be. I feel like it should be. I feel like it is natural. Whenever there's contrast or struggle or conflict, that's when you're really going against the natural order of things or the natural feeling. Like, yo, if I'm like, same example. If I'm like, I'm taking care of the bills, boom, 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 I'm gonna do this, and I'm fucking up the bills, and she's she graduated from MIT. And you know what I'm saying? She's like, come on now.
You got a point.
So it depends on the situation. So it's not. I'm not gonna put myself as a self-appointed leader. I'm leading. I'm the whatever. I don't. It's not like that.
Why do women say if he can't lead the situation, then I don't want to be in it? Like, why do women? What you know what I mean?
You mean in a relationship?
Yeah.
I mean, I think initially the men should lead. I do feel that way. I'm old-fashioned. I feel like
there's nothing wrong with that.
Should lead because I feel like there's just something that begins.
Hey man, there's gonna be some times where you're gonna lead though.
Listen, no, but I'm talking about. No, we're talking about.
There's going to be some times.
Right.
I'm talking about initially at the start of a relationship. We're talking. I don't know if we're talking about two different things. But I mean, initially, if a man's interested in a woman, then they should be leading the relationship. I don't think things just
I'll say this.
when women lead.
I'll say this. I feel like I naturally lead. I naturally do that, but I do feel like there are situations where I know, and I feel like being a natural leader or whatever, you know when to fall back, because a leader is not always making the decision. A leader knows when to allow for someone else to make the decision and not always be like, hey, you know, I'm gonna make this decision because I'm the quote unquote leader.
All right, man. Let's cut this shit.
Oh,
all right.
Here he is with the cut the shit.
I love this dynamic.
This is when. So the thing about what you're saying is, the man should hold a title, and that's very much so a traditionalist like point of view.
Definitely traditional.
And I am so not with traditions no more. Traditions have killed us. I actually feel like tradition is why we're confused. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like rewriting the rules for individual situations. So if I get into a situation with said person and that individual meshes with me in said way, tradition has to die. You see what in order for us to progress, it has to. If I try to do what the tradition said, then somebody's not being true to themselves. You see what I'm saying? I don't like the idea of somebody saying the man has to do something.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no.
I'm like, no.
I agree with what you just said, Trill. I just, for the record.
I'm just talking about just initially, I don't know if we're talking about different things. When you're settled into a relationship, I think it becomes a partnership, yes.
Right.
But I feel like, hands down, I don't see myself I couldn't pursue a man. I feel like the man.
No, that's different.
That's all I'm talking about.
That's different.
Look,
that's different.
No, you're not gonna,
yeah, when you're in a relationship.
We're talking about when you're in a relationship.
Yeah, no.
Do I have to wear the I'm a leader T-shirt?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I have to wear the title?
There should be equal effort.
I think that's.
I still want the big piece of chicken. I still want the big.
Still want to see what I'm talking about.
I'm just.
But no, I wasn't. I'm good. I'm with you on that. But like initially, no, the man should take the lead. I think even just because women, we're just not wired that way. I feel like personally, women are wired. I feel like yes, we are. But I think it's because we're adapting. Honestly, I'm just gonna say that. I feel like we're adapting.
But you know what?
But let me say this. So look, let me finish. I'm
gonna let you finish. I
like that. Take the reins, girl.
But no, I feel like even just the way we are like made, even like anatomy wise, like we're receivers. You guys are the givers. We receive you.
Naturally.
You guys are the initiate. Even just the way we're made, so it's just like men should be the ones that are leading, and then we respond. We respond to what you give us, and then that's when that synergy happens. I don't feel like I feel like when the woman goes first, it just becomes a muck.
Nobody said she had to go first. Nobody said she.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it's to my point again, being natural. Like if you are being true to yourself. And natural, that's a natural thing. It's natural for the most part, and then there are situations where it's not like that. Like hey, there's some women that want to lead. That's their makeup. They want to lead, and they'll find a man that's submissive because she will attract that, and they'll be happy. They'll live happily ever after, and the world will be fine. The world will be right with them.
You form that opinion though,
and the world will be right with them. You know what I'm saying?
And to each his own.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's how we just got to do. We just got when we see that.
Yeah, there's someone for everybody.
But let me read this. Let me read this. Let me read this.
I got more to say.
I know.
I got 13 questions, and only one of them gonna get.
That was great though.
So I actually picked this one because I thought it was pretty cool, and it's from Tasha. She said, "What happened on your worst date?" And that's for all of us.
Wow,
this is awesome. That is so cool, right?
Wow.
And, I read all of these questions.
Think about that.
These intricate questions and all, and I was like, "No, I'm gonna take that one." So yeah. This is let me jump in there because y'all thinking. So all right.
You should have prepared me for that one.
Sorry.
Not because I really got to dig and think about that.
All right, well then I'm gonna go first then.
You go first.
So I was on Match.com, right? And look, I know if you watching, all of y'all like, that's why you met. Yeah, I met damn near all of y'all on there. So there you go. There you go.
Oh shit.
No, it's all right.
True.
They cool. It's not like that though. I'm not like I didn't win an award, but I met up with this girl, man, and she was cool. We actually talked on the phone. This was probably about like 20, I want to say like 12 or something like that.
Right.
We talked on the phone like mad long before we actually met up. And I am. They say men are visual creatures. I do have a lot of grace though. Like I don't be like, I don't do that. Like I'm not looking for an IG model. I definitely don't care if somebody's a little overweight. I definitely don't care if somebody's a little underweight. I'm not into none of that stuff. Call me a lie. I met up with this girl though, and we met at the California Pizza Kitchen. We was downtown at Atlantic Station.
Right.
And this girl's hair, yo, was off the chain. Like,
are you serious?
Fam, I just was like, so you just didn't try nothing? You just woke up and was like, I gotta meet him. You know what I'm saying? And just and I couldn't get past it. And she was so cool. And I actually had to question myself though. I was like, what does that say about you, dog? Like you actually are not as like, you're not as embracing as you think. She's just like, yeah, I just did like this and I just left out.
She did not.
I'm not making that
up. I believe him.
I believe him.
Wow.
I just was like,
oh, okay.
I wish you would have did something though. Because you know.
That was your worst?
That's the word. That actually every day I go on great dates, man.
Yeah.
Another one too. You remember that time me and you went to the movies and I was like, I got a date. You remember that day? Yo, I told you about it. I met up with that girl and she said, I'm 39.
Yes, I remember that.
Man, we was at Uncle Julio's. That bill came up to like $115, yo. I was like, I kept being like, get all you gonna get. This is it.
This is it.
You lied about your age. Yo, she was like, I want to get another drink. I was like, you got about 3 more drinks. It was like we was at like 115. I was like, you got about 3 more drinks.
Right. Yeah.
That probably was pretty bad too because she lied about her age. She was at least 45, 47.
Okay, let me go.
Go ahead.
I gotta think. Okay, since you brought up the match, I did the online thing, and I met this guy. He came in out of town, and he didn't look anything like. In fact, he looked a little feminine. He looked feminine, real feminine. His eyebrows were arched. He had contacts. Not to say if your eyebrows are arched, your contacts, you're feminine. You're I don't know. That's on that thing, right? Okay, but I was just like, yo, I just was like.
Yeah, Lacey, I ain't going for that shit.
I was just like, this is not. And he was in from out of town. He was staying the whole weekend. So I was like, yo.
You're locked in. You are locked in.
At your crib?
Catfish.
No.
Yeah,
She was catfish.
I was straight catfish. And I was like, no. And so we went out and we were at Atlantic Station. And I remember I just was like, I was trying, because I felt bad. He was in town for the whole weekend. I mean,
Just to see you?
He booked, just to see me.
Nice.
He booked a hotel and everything. And I was just like, yo, I'm stuck with him. And I could have, like, I was like, I was like, yo, you just gonna have to tell him, like, you got something came up for the rest of the weekend. But I was like, I can't do that. I felt bad.
So you rocked the whole weekend?
I rocked the whole weekend
That's
with him.
all right.
And then like that, but I remember Saturday, we were at, that's all right. I remember that Saturday, we were at the Copeland Cheesecake Bistro, whatever, in Atlantic Station. That's not open anymore. But anyway, that's how long ago that was. And the bill came, and the thing about me is that I would rather sit at home by myself than to be sitting across from someone that is completely boring me. I don't care about a free meal. I don't care. Like, it drains me. It goes back to that thing, it drains me.
Yeah.
I want to be, so anyway, I want to have tintillation conversations. So anyway, can you say that word?
Yeah, you can say that.
You can say, no, I'm saying, can you say that? Anyway,
No,
moving on.
I can't say it.
So I was just like, but when the bill came, I was like, we can go Dutch. And he was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah.
Nice.
And I'm thinking like,
Wow.
and so we went Dutch. And I think in that moment, his face changed. He was like, oh.
One.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Man. So basically, there was this girl,
Right.
this young lady that I was interested back in the day. I used to chase. Like, I was super, super, super attracted to her. I was trying to get with her, and it just never connected. Like, either she was with somebody and I was single, or I was with somebody, you know what I'm saying, and she was single, and we could just never connect. So, and as time went on, we just lost contact. I saw her again. This is years later. See her again.
Right.
We're both single. But that allure I had was just not really there. It wasn't like that, whatever that was. I still wanted to, see what was up with her and everything. We exchanged numbers, and it was like reversal, because now she's texting me like almost every day, and like, yo, we need to get together. We need to have dinner. We had lunch or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So finally, because I think she thought I was I don't know if she thought I was trying to curb her, which I wasn't.
I mean, you
was
just busy.
Right.
Yeah.
Finally, we get together. Well, finally, we schedule a date.
Okay.
We schedule a date.
Right.
And this is her, because this is how she is. She was texting me all the way up to like an hour before we were supposed to meet. Mm-hmm. I'm at the destination. I'm not gonna say where, because she watches, she gonna know who she is.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, we're at the destination.
Okay.
So I text her. I let her know, hey, I'm here. 30 minutes go by. Like, okay. Hour. Now I'm like, I text her, you good? Is everything okay?
She stood you up?
Stood me up. So she texts back, and that's all I text. I said, I'm here. Are you good? Because after an hour, I was like, are you good? Like, what's going on? I'm here. She was like, we still playing games in 2022.
That was her reply to.
That was her
good.
reply. I guess it was her reply to you good. I guess. Anyway, long story short, I got stood up. But it ends on a good note.
All right.
So I'm there.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's very weird, right? Isn't that weird?
It don't never stop being weird.
It was weird. It was weird. It was weird to me to this day because I'm still like, why? What happened?
I'd have been trying
I don't
to
even
get
know.
the answer, but where were you?
Right. Well, nah, you know what? I let it go.
Okay.
Like I ain't trying. I'm not forcing nothing. So,
Yeah.
but I did go back and look at the text messages just to
missed
see
something?
did I say something
Right.
crazy? Like, no.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, well, shit. I'm gonna have a good time anyway.
Right.
Because it was that type of place I can, just relax and have a few drinks or whatever. This wedding party comes in. It was like after their wedding. They came in and they were still kind of dressed up, and this beautiful young lady comes and sits right by me, and we're talking, and I made a friend. Like I didn't go on to date her. We ain't dating and live happily ever. It's not like that. But we're really good friends. Like a very significant connection there. I made a connection.
Yeah, not all interactions are meant to be.
Right.
And I think that's why I was supposed to be there to meet this young
That's pretty
lady.
cool, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's my.
All right, Tiger. Sell up.
Ow.
Bang, bang.
And I did have
Bang.
somebody throw up in my car one time too, but that's another.
What? On the date.
On a date.
Okay. Yikes.
But that wasn't a first date.
You are not
That was somebody I was dating, and then I
I feel
roll
like
the
if
window
you-
down. I'm not
I feel
feeling
like
well.
if you was, yeah, I feel
I was
like if you
like-
was dating already. That's a lot of grace there. Like somebody threw
But
up. in
first
your car.
date, ugh.
Yeah, first date you out of here.
Yeah.
Don't throw up in
You
my
said
car.
you outta here first
yeah,
date?
But I mean, if I'm,
Don't screw you on the first date. Don't.
oh,
Don't
do
drink.
not,
What? Don't screw you on the first
He
date?
said that he was like, don't.
don't
Me on the
f bomb me on the first date, yo.
All right.
We're not.
Okay.
We can't reconnect after that.
Hey.
Bang bang,
And we go right into bang bang,
bang
after
bang,
that.
but not on the first date.
Not on the first date.
So bang bang is a series of questions. This is how it goes.
Okay.
I would like for you to answer these questions right after I ask them one word.
Whew. It's pressure.
No more.
It don't have to be one word. She has to answer the question.
Negro, this is
It's not a one word sometimes.
I say how it goes. So you can't be no more than 3 words.
Okay. 1 to 3
Cause look,
words.
yo,
Just answer the question short
Did
answer.
you see Sharon last
Yeah,
week?
yeah.
She was like, Jodeci went on.
Yeah,
Either.
and she kept like.
And I was like,
yeah.
ma'am,
You
no,
cannot-
you can't
yeah.
do that.
Okay. All right.
So
I ain't a fan.
one word,
You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
just the first thing that comes to mind or how you really feel. All right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna go first.
Are we going across the board? We all answer.
He's gonna go.
No,
he's
you
gonna,
are answering.
You just you.
Oh, this is all just me.
And he's gonna ask you a series of questions after this.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Indoor or outdoor seating?
Indoor.
SWV or escape?
Escape.
I'm taking that off my list.
Nails done or new shoes?
Nails done.
Big wang or big brain?
Big wang? Like wing?
Answer the question.
I don't
Big
get it, what's a
wang. Big wang.
Wang.
Big-
Wang.
Wang.
Oh, you mean like wang?
Yeah.
Or big
Oh my
brain.
gosh.
Or big brain.
Sean.
Or big brain. Hey man, you slowing us
Oh.
down.
Big wang.
All right.
Hey.
Family Feud or Wheel of Fortune?
Oh, gosh.
Ah, girl.
Okay.
See how it lighten up after that?
Family
Feud or Wheel of
I
Fortune?
don't really watch both. Family Feud.
All right. Happily married or rich for life?
Happily married.
Car of your choice or man of your dreams?
Man of my dreams.
In racism or cure world hunger? Got your way.
That's a good one.
Oh, that makes me cry.
Don't cry.
Ooh.
Do it now. Tick.
Ooh, that's, you can't. You can't. And racism.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just to give you a heads up. LA choked the last person that didn't answer a bang bang. Don't do that. Favorite food? Do it.
Pizza.
There you go. Favorite color?
Blue.
QT or racetrack?
QT.
Six Flags or Whitewater?
Six Flags.
There you go.
This is
You
fun.
did good.
Oh, that was fun. Let's again.
No, that's
Well, again, I got you.
Oh, okay.
I got you. Oh, you want it again? I got you.
All right. Favorite season?
Fall.
Shower or bath?
Shower.
In-store shopping or online shopping?
Nice.
Online.
Sneakers or shoes?
Sneakers.
Okay. Audiobook or book or ebook?
Audiobook.
Okay.
Yeah.
Night on the town or Netflix and chill?
Oh, Netflix and chill.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite all-time artist?
R&B? I mean, like song?
Just answer.
Favorite all-time artist?
I can't. Fred Hammond.
Okay. Movie. Favorite movie?
Oh, yeah, I'm so corny for this.
Don't matter. Be corny.
Something's got to give.
Okay.
Nice.
Zamunda or Wakanda?
Wakanda?
Okay. On a date. So this is on a date. Makeup, natural, or Maybelline Queen?
Makeup.
Okay. Light makeup, I was going to say. Light
yeah.
makeup, yeah, Maybelline Queen. Do you believe in love at first sight?
Yes.
Big house on the hill or penthouse in the city?
Nice.
Big house on the hill.
Okay.
Christmas or New Year?
Christmas.
Brandy or Monica?
Neither.
You got to pick one.
Monica.
You're done.
Brandy.
Monica, it is.
What's the most important thing in your makeup bag?
Ooh.
Foundation.
Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Owe money or owe a favor?
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, favor.
Oh, wow. Okay. Share food or you don't share food?
I share food because I want some.
Okay. Smartest person in the world or richest person in the world?
That I want for myself?
Sure. Why not?
Smartest person in the world.
Okay. See the future or change the past?
Ooh, that's a good one. That's something I always ponder.
Damn, cuz.
You said see the
That was
future
it.
or change the past? Change the past.
Underestimated or overestimated?
As relates to what?
You. Would you rather be underestimated or would you rather be overestimated?
Underestimated.
Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who...
Took my cover.
Hey, man.
I'm about to leave.
Yeah, come
Come on.
Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl.
Who thinks that
I can't think, y'all.
I am
The one.
Oh,
Oh.
my God.
Okay, sorry, y'all.
Lights on or lights off?
Lights off.
Okay.
As it
And
pertains
we're
to
done.
what?
Wee.
No, it don't matter. She answered. You already know.
All right.
You already know.
You got black roses?
I do. Do you?
Yeah, me too.
Can I go first?
Go ahead, man.
Yo, it's dead rose. I'm giving dead roses to, and this is somebody I used to protect, even through his
I think
idiotic choices,
about this.
right? And I love this guy. I do. I think he's very, very smart. I think he's brilliant. I'm not just throwing that word around. But Kanye West.
Kanye.
What the Kanye? He's Kanye West this week, man. Like, what is going on? Like, look. All lives matter, right?
Yeah.
But right now, Black lives are. We're the ones that are suffering racism, discrimination, and police brutality, and we're the scum of the earth right now. To other. I mean, this is so the White Lives Matter T-shirts. I'm not rocking with that.
Yeah.
I don't rock with that. I love Kanye. That kind of just threw me off. I do. I still love Kanye. I just don't. I don't rock with that. I don't rock with that choice. I don't even understand. And I try. And you know me. I'm always like, yo, what's the foundation? Like, what is the meaning? What was his thought process when he did that? You just don't understand. Like, I always, but yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah.
For the interest of time, I'm not gonna reply.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give my
who's
dead
yours?
roses. And they go out to the governor of Mississippi, man, and he went on to do this commercial and said something about if you don't like the police, then next time when you get in trouble, call a crackhead.
Oh, I think I.
And,
What?
and he was like, he just was like,
What?
you know, he defended.
Are
the
you
police.
serious?
Yeah, he defended the police. I don't hate the police, you know, but I mean, come on, man, get out of here with that goofy shit. You crazy, man. I mean, that's the. You know, the thing about it is, he's like, call a crackhead, and he's obviously pointing fingers at a certain demographic, right? But I ain't gonna call a crackhead. I'm gonna call a meth head, or somebody who's on methamphetamines and all of these other, you know, the opioids. How about that? Why couldn't be a opioid head? How about that? But no, you don't want to highlight a white, like, you know, a white discrepancy or a white issue. You wanted to say, and let me tell you something, black people, when y'all hear that, and I know I did get mad, I'm gonna come right behind and say this. If somebody say something like that, yo, we don't own crack. We don't own the stigma of being crackheads. We don't own that. You don't have to be like, oh, you must be talking about somebody black. You don't have to own that. You know, black people did not invent doing crack. You know what I'm saying? You know how many white people were on crack? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to own these stigmas. You don't have to own, like, being upset about things that white people say about you that you think is pointing a finger at you. You can rewrite the way that you are. We can rewrite the way that we are and the way that we're seen. So we just need to ignore Kanye. We need to ignore Kanye.
Oh yeah,
we need to ignore these.
It's done, but I wanted to give those dead roses.
And just do what we and just like be black excellent and tell everybody to go to hell and do your thing. Slay the dragon in front of you, and that's how I feel about it.
That's what's up. You got dead roses.
I was going to say Kanye, and I don't, you know, the whole thing about to say Black Lives Matter isn't to say all lives matter. It's a given that all lives matter. But like you said, it's the black lives that are being affected. And the people that just who refuse to see it and can't even comprehend it and know it, and they don't see and understand the difference, like Blue Lives Matter, like, oh my gosh. It's just like that's the part that's troubling to me. That bothers me, that there are some people who really cannot see their racism. They cannot see, like, and even like the way they're blindly following their Jesus, which is Trump. The man can do no wrong. They even in the stupid things that he does and says, he was such a disgrace to this country. They still stand by it, and it's just it baffles me. But yeah, to say Black Lives Matter is not to say that all lives don't matter.
No doubt.
Black lives are the ones being affected.
Yeah, I actually agree with you.
No doubt. No doubt.
Check this out, y'all. I want to say thank you for everybody that come on TikTok, leave messages. All of the new followers on there. All of my new followers on Instagram is crazy, insane. All of the Uncivil War followers.
Yeah.
All of the
shout out to y'all.
Everybody that left a message. If I didn't get to your question, please do not take that personal. I cannot read 100 questions. There's just no time for that.
Nope.
But I do appreciate it. I do go back to old ones. I will shout you out. I'll say your name. I love you. I love all of y'all. So
yep, we love each and every one of y'all.
Every one of y'all.
You know, keep the questions coming.
This has been the Uncivil War podcast. And we definitely will check with y'all next week. Tune in Sunday at 8. Like always.
Like we always do at this time.
Like we always do about this time.
Shut up. Okay.
Oh yeah. Where can they find you?
No, not oh yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He said, oh, not oh yeah.
All good, you know.
Where can they find you?
Okay, yeah. So you can find me on Instagram as JDelorMUA. That's J D as in David ELORMUA. That's it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
See those transformations.
Yeah.
Go and look at how people was and what they became.
Come get some.
Hey, love it. Love it. Love it.
Peace and love, y'all.